Welcome, everybody, to the RealBird Hands-On Workshop. We're glad you can be with us today. Thank you for joining us. We get together a couple times a month to share with you the best tools that you can use to help generate leads. That's what it's all about for your listings, and to generate business with buyers, potential buyers for your properties. And today we're going to talk about a couple things that'll help us do that and do it more quickly, more efficiently. And I'm glad to be here. My name is Eric with the Agent Web Coach. I'm a guest host on these webinar trainings that we do. And I'm not alone. I have one of the owners and developers of RealBird, Gabe Gross. He's with us today as well. Gabe, good morning.
Good morning, everybody from Redwood City.
I can't hear you too well. I'm sorry. If you crank your volume up just a little bit, hopefully you can hear me okay.
Can you hear me?
A little bit better.
Okay, sorry about it. So welcome. Hope you enjoyed this webinar. Yeah,
we're glad to have you. Glad to have everybody here. Okay, so even though you'll be muted during their presentation today, you still have the opportunity to communicate with us through the chat box. And Gabe will be monitoring those questions and be able to answer those as best we can during the presentation. You don't have to hold them off to the end. So feel free to say something, speak up, raise your hand, so to speak, and communicate. These are newer technologies, newer than we've had. RealBird's always been a toolbox that's forward-thinking and always adding updates so that you could be on the cutting edge. That's one of the great things I like about RealBird. I've been in the industry with real estate technology, with representing a few companies, and then helping my clients, put the tools together, put them to work, implement them within their protocol and within their methods of marketing. And RealBird is one tool that I've seen that has still around for sure, and over 13, I think it was almost 14 years. And they've always been forward thinking, looking ahead. What are the tools that are going to be used and used in the best way to generate the most business for those that have the RealBird toolbox. And in fact, just in the last couple months, RealBird released some new tools, some landing pages that you can create to assist you in gathering those leads, whether they be in Facebook or whether you're doing those on your own website or within your own landing pages on your website. Those tools have been made easy. There's a new virtual tour available that's actually unbranded, so you don't have to pay for a virtual tour company. Those can get expensive. I mean, you can still do it if you want, but these new virtual tours are just awesome. They're unbranded, so there's not your contact information. Overview, location, and this would be the link that you would use, for example, when you're adding a media link or virtual tour link to the MLS. When your listing goes live there, you can't, MLSs across the country, they're not going to accept a virtual tour that's branded to you with your contact information. And obviously, that's so they can take that listing and broadcast it, syndicate it to bring a buyer for your listing. But this is now available, so you don't need to spend a lot of money for a virtual tour. Just take some great quality photo shots of the home. You can see they've taken some overview shots with their drone and such. But you could do that and then use this link. You'd grab this link, and this is the link that you would paste inside the MLS when your broker loading the listing, when you're loading the listing inside the MLS. So these are some of the updates. We're going to use some of these examples today. In fact, we just listed just a new property with one of our RealBird members, Susan Rupert in State College, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to go ahead and take that listing, and with these tools, I'm going to share with you today how we're going to do that. We're going to show how to use that. So the two things we're talking about mainly today is about SMS texting through AnyLink, which is an add-on to RealBird, to your RealBird toolbox, as well as Homes by SMS, which is another add-on service that basically gives you a phone number that's tied to a home search. And then when people text, they can text their zip code or name of a city to that phone number. Then they're going to be able to see everything for sale in that area, of course, branded to you, which is really cool. And it can be configured to go with, and we'll talk a little more about that, but it'll be configured to go with some of the MLSs that are available into the system. But all of you that are RealBird members, if you, I presume, or you are or will be soon after this presentation, hopefully you see the value in that. You have a property search available to you if you're a RealBird Pro member, and it comes with this property search. And you could hook up this SMS, Homes by SMS, so that people would have this search opportunity to search for properties for home, properties for sale with a phone number. And then you're giving me some tools to help promote that. So anyway, I want to dive into this rather than just talking about it. I want to show some real live examples, because I think that's sometimes the best way to show how to do it. Okay, so first step you'll need to take is purchase the RealBird Pro member level of the toolbox. And then you'll purchase the SMS by Twilio, and you'll connect it to your RealBird account. There's a great tutorial inside. Inside your RealBird member area, there'll be an area here under Tool Tutorials. And we click there so you can see. And by the way, our session today is being recorded so that this can be watched later. If we go too fast or you miss a step, you'll be able to watch what we share with you today. Okay, so in here you'll see there's some case studies, and if you click case studies and examples, there's in here is the opportunity for you to see here. It's actually, let me go right into the area and we click on SMS. Yeah, so right here when you come to this area, there'll be a link right here that says follow these steps. It'll give you some ideas on different ways you can use it. She's already signed up here, Susan, so that she doesn't have the instructions anymore, but there'll be a link right here. So if you just go into your RealBird, log in, click on SMS, it'll give you the link here to go directly to the tutorial that'll show you how to set it up. It takes about 15 minutes, and there is an additional cost for this, but with this tool, it's extremely minimal. To have your own phone number here, let me see if I can zoom that open a little more. To have your own phone number that's, Susan, she's in the State College, Pennsylvania area code 814. So for $1 a month, you rent this, you pick a phone number. Hopefully they have a area code that fits where you're at. And you'll be able to, pick a number that might kind of be easy to text, and then what you do is select the phone number, and then you will connect it with Twilio, which is the company that gives it to you. You go to Twilio to do that. The steps are in there, like I said. So once you have that set up, then you'll be able to do things like this. For example, let me give you an idea. She had a new listing come along online yesterday. We've already been seen 73 times. That's pretty cool. This happens to be a property in just outside State College, and we're actually going to take that. Let's see, it's a little error right there. Going to make sure you spell the name of the town correct, and then save that. So we're going to use this tool. I'm going to show you how to use this tool, this SMS. And by the way, this tool costs, I think it's a few cents, like 2 or 3 cents a lead, if people use this tool. And the cool thing about them texting this number, or actually this SMS code to this number, brings them an optimized version of this listing basically website on whatever device they're on, cell phone, tablet, smartphone, obviously web if they have their phone connected there. But basically when they text, and I've changed it, we have I always do a custom SMS keyword. So, because it will default to just a regular number, but you don't have to use that one, it suggests. So I create a custom one. I usually match it to the street address. So this street address is lot 20. Okay, so I put, okay, let's set lot 20. So if you text right now, lot 20 to this number, okay, you're going to get this single property website optimized for whatever device you're on. Okay. And you say, okay, that's great. They got the information with obviously some of the other tools that are built into her navigation here. They can see the other information and see what other listings she has, which we have a couple here, and that's great. But what happens for Susan is she gets your cell phone number, and that's one of the beauties of sometimes you can get an email, home search by mickeymouse.com, or some people won't give their real email address. But it's interesting. They will not be against texting to get information, and rather than giving out their email address, I guess, to get information. So what that means for you is you become a lead, right? Let's go. Let's here. So, and this is an idea of what the lead you will get using this tool. So this was sent by like Lauren. There's her phone number. There's her email as well. Hey, just wondering about the price of this farm. Thank you. Please email me. No, not everybody gives you their email. But the cool thing is that they don't have to. By them just using the number to text that you've set up, you're going to get their cell phone number, and you'll be able to call them directly, and you'll be able to see what they looked at, the property. So that's one of the beauties of SMS. And so why would anybody use SMS? Well, what they found is that it's quick, it's easy. People are used to texting all the time, and like I said, there's less aversion to it. They might not know they're giving their cell phone number up, but basically for texting, that's what's happening. It's giving you that information. So this cost, I'm going to guess around. I've never seen any of my clients pay more than $3 or $4 a month at the most, because you're basically paying for the service $1 a month to rent the phone number if you want a custom phone number attributed to your in your area. And like I say, each lead is like 2 to 3 cents a lead or something like that. Not a problem. Okay, so once you set that up, you want to use that everywhere, and I'm just showing you how we used it for Susan Rupert. So every time we do a listing, we do that. We set a separate code for each one of her listings. Heck, you can use it for a sold listing too. That's one of the beauties, by the way, of RealBird, is that you can archive and you can create your single property websites for your listings, and then they can go sold. And it's very clear. Here's one that's sold already. Let's go and pull that one up. Okay, it's real clear that this property is sold. But believe it or not, there's actually can be a benefit where you're having your sold properties archived and still visible and able to be seen by the public. And like I say, it's real clear that, so, hey, Susan, I see that there in Park Forest Village, you sold a home that right there on Mayberry Lane. Hey, my husband and I have been looking for a home in the area, and it sounds like you might have a finger on the pulse of that neighborhood and know what might be coming up soon for sale. It's been really hard. And by the way, this is one of the biggest issues that Susan shares with me, is that her market is down almost 20% because she has buyers, but she can't find homes for them. This has been a challenge. So having each one of these homes show as sold and show connected to Susan is actually a real powerful thing. In fact, I'm going to jump to another way that we use her SMS, a couple of different ways. She has on her website, what we've done is created a portfolio of the homes that she sold. And by the way, these can be representing what homes she represents as a buyer's agent or seller's agent, because you can put in RealBird, you can load a listing where you were the buyer's agent, and then mark it closed, and then when it's closed, show that home connected to you in some way. Let's zoom in this map a little bit. So I put this on her website. This is a tool that RealBird gave me to use for her. And this is 2 different ways to display the same information. Obviously, this is a plotted map, and each one of these are sold homes. She's been doing this about 3.5 years. But if, for example, if you want to buy or sell a home in the State College area, who are you going to call? You're going to call Susan. This map shows that she's been successful in that area, and these are some of the homes she's represented. By the way, I left prices on. You don't have to. You can take the prices off. Maybe the price, from 3 years ago, which is when she sold this home, you see it's been seen many times. Maybe you want to leave the price out because it might show, that might show that it's been a long time since that was sold. So I'll just take, because the price is lower and they're a lot more expensive in that neighborhood now. So you can show that. You can turn off the, some of these things. So it's just a real simple to show where you help sell that house or help purchase that house. But this is a great tool. This is on our website. Okay, so why am I talking about this? It's because I set up, now that I have a Twilio SMS phone number there, I have it set up so that when you text that phone number, okay, when you text that phone number, sold homes, you're going to get that page that I built for her on our website where we put the widget, over the map and the Pinterest style tiles of homes she's represented. So you can get that right away and say, hey, and how I use it, by the way, on her site is, here, this is what, here we go, list with Susan. We want you to list with Susan. That's what it's all about. Look what she's been able to do, So this is a great way to be able to say, hey, this text sold homes to that phone number, and you'll get that presentation right on our website that we used RealBird to build those widgets for. Okay, let's show it another way. Okay, so I know that a lot of people want to know what their home is worth, and she has a tool on her website that's it's a coast to coast, what we call a hero image, and it's got a place for, here, I'll show you. So if you text PA Homesworth, so Pennsylvania Homesworth, so PA Homesworth, it'll take you to that page on our website where basically they put the property address in here. And now this tool is not part of RealBird. It's another tool that she has. But how we get to it, we're using the RealBird tool to do that, to get that tool and to have someone put in their address and show me what my property might be worth in today's market. So it makes it real easy to be able to get to that. Now, if you look at what I shared with you, the sold homes, it's not necessarily a single listing that we're using the SMS for. It is a sold home presentation or portfolio online. And the PA Homesworth, that's just a tool within her website, but we use the SMS. That's what they call it, AnyLink. You literally can you literally can send someone to whatever you want with a simple phone number. And that's the beauty of the SMS link. I have other agents that set up 30 of these, and they use them inside when they're doing the advertising for their services inside Craigslist. Hey, text, because in Craigslist, it used to be you could put a lot of beautiful pictures and they click on the pictures. Now you have to upload pictures within Craigslist photo upload, and it makes it a little more difficult. You can't put links in a Craigslist listing. Say, click on this link to get more information. You can't use what's called an external link, but you can put a phone number with the text. Text me at this number, or for more information, and then send them to, I don't know, one of the landing pages that I'm going to show you, that I showed you at first. So I have clients, they'll build these ads in Craigslist and kind of build them out. So maybe 10 at a time, to where you're introducing people to your services. And then when you create the ad, you're going to grab that SMS code. Here's the SMS code that we built. Text PA Homesworth to 814-240-0565 to find out what your Pennsylvania home would sell for in today's market. Are you curious? Real simple. And because it's easy and people are like, oh, okay, text that SMS to this, boom, boom, they got it. And you got them. That's a beautiful thing. So what I'm going to do, okay, so let me just review here. So this is what they call the AnyLink. I'll put that. SMS AnyLink. So obviously you need to take these steps. If you're not a RealBird Pro member already, you'll need to do that. You purchase the SMS, and the tutorial will be in there when you click on SMS in the RealBird area on the navigation bar. And then put it to work, use it everywhere. And don't just think about the listing, think about your services. Maybe you have an open house you want to announce or something like that. You can create open houses. I've worked with a lot of agents in RealBird that will use it to, for example, have a link of open houses in an area. They'll use the SMS to say Saturday open houses or Sunday open houses. And then you text this open house Saturdays or Saturday open houses, and then they'll see a list of all the open houses in the area or your own open house. Okay. What I want to do is I want to build a couple, just a landing pages that so you can see how easy that is. So I'm going to go to, let's go back to listing marketing. And I want to announce this new listing she has. It's beautiful 11-acre property just outside State College. It's about 30 minutes for $120,000 with views of the valley, views of the hills. Really beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and click into here. Now, this is a live listing. I've already set her custom number up to be, text SMS code lot 20, and that could be lower. It's, by the way, it's not case sensitive. If they do a big L, small L, it's still going to get there. And text it to that number, and they'll, of course, get this information. And also, you can, oh, this is coming. Okay, sorry about that. So what I want to do is I want to build out a landing page, post it in Facebook so that you can see that. So this was just a property that was just listed yesterday. So I'm going to click just listed landing page for this listing. So I've got just listed in Warriors Mark. Text lot 20 to this to get price, photos, and property details right away via text, 24/7 message, and data rates may apply. So you can see that this landing page is for this listing, but we're not giving all the information. We're giving them a little bit, kind of just teasing them with some, some pictures. All the leaves are gone from the trees, but and we want their name and information and to get the property information. But they can also text it. What I want to do is go ahead and I'll click Facebook. And I happen to be the admin for Susan's page, so I'm gonna change who this is. Share on my timeline. I'm gonna share on a page you manage, and let's go down to Susan's. This is not hard. You can do this, or your assistant can do this, but you want to make this real easy to be able to do that. There's her business page. Okay. Just on the market. Now you see that prompt down here is built right in there. I'm giving some space up here to talk a little more about the property without too much effort. Just on the market, 11, I always like to say plus rather than the details, acres, well, that's acre. Home plot. Okay, and I'm going to tease them a little more with awesome views. The Pennsylvania countryside is beautiful. With awesome views of hills and valleys. Okay, how long did that take to do that? You might just capitalize this since it's a title. And I think let's put exclamation point. I could say maybe hashtag new home lot, right? I could say, yeah, this area is called Hickory Ridge, so I might do Hickory Ridge Estates or whatever. Anyway, so you do some different hashtags in there and add that to the detail as well. And hashtags work to basically be keywords that are connected with this presentation. So, yeah, go ahead.
That your screen got stuck.
My screen got stuck. Okay. So you're not seeing what's freshest. Let me just go back there and see if I can refresh my screen. Okay. How about now? Can you see the landing page there? Can you see that?
I see the landing page, but you were working on Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay. Let me show that. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So that was, yeah. I think you were doing it on a different screen. That's why.
Yeah, I've got yeah, there we go. Okay. So what I did is I was able to launch this landing page, into Facebook. What I was talking about is I manage a few pages. So yeah.
I can't see the screen.
Sorry. How about now?
Yeah, now it's okay.
So what are you looking at? You seeing my?
I'm seeing your Facebook.
Okay. How about you? Still seeing that?
I still see the Facebook thing.
Okay. So I put some hashtags in there. The hashtags is what that helps. Post. It helps your post get indexed and found within that environment, which this environment is Facebook. You can see that I have minimal information. I'm putting a little more information here at the top because I want them to bite. I'll put a little more worm on the hook so that they'll bite on it. And there's obviously they give you plenty of room to do that. And I'm posting this within her Facebook page. Just on the market, 11+ acre home plot with awesome views of hills and valleys. And yeah, go ahead.
So I'm seeing a picture of a little kid.
Oh, fishing. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to show my pop-up on.
What's happening is that Eric has multiple screens and he was streaming the wrong screen, I think.
Okay, how about now? Can you see now? Nope. How about now? Are you seeing that now? Oh, I see it. I got it. So now I can see what you can see on my other screen. So I'm not talking into the air. Okay, so you can see that now. What I put together here.
Yes, I can see the
okay.
video state.
So I'm ready actually to post this on Facebook. Okay, I could say a little more about it, but you don't want to give everybody all the information they need. You want to leave them, more to come. News at 10. Come back. So you want them to interact with that, or text there, or obviously email you. But I'm going to click post to Facebook. So that's going to be now on Facebook. So now let me just share my screen with that. Okay, yeah, this is cool. This little kid caught a fish. How cool is that? Okay, so that's always fun. Okay, so now if I click on her Facebook business page, you're going to see that in her timeline she'll have that offering of that listing, and the SMS just makes it easier to get to and quicker, and people are less hesitant to interact with you. Obviously, I can boost that post now. I just posted that. Boom, boom. Okay, but if you text lot 20 there, they're going to get information, and that's what you want. These tools are just to get information in the hands of potential buyers or sellers, so that they. It seems like we all have ADD. I have ADD. That's obvious. You're watching me work over my shoulder. You see, I just saw, hey, oh my gosh, look at the kids fishing there. But more and more people seem to have adopted, ADD when online. I don't know if we're trained that way, the way media works or what, but people want stuff and they want it now, and they have a quick, short attention span. Someone said less than a goldfish, less than 8 seconds, attention span. You can measure my attention span this morning and see that where I'm at. It's kind of hard to hide. But so that we've all kind of been maybe engineered that way with the way media works nowadays. And this delivers that quickly, gets information. I posted this a minute ago, and people can find information, text that, and they got what they want. That's the beauty of this. And I know my kids, I might sound young, but I'm old. I have kids, 33. My oldest is 33 and a half, and younger. My youngest is 25. So it's interesting. The millennials or younger folks, they're not adverse to texting. They do it all the time. So this just fits right into that. And of course, more and more people are texting. So it doesn't just work with millennials, but it works with a lot of other people too. Okay. So that is the SMS. I've showed you different ways. We built a landing page. We embedded and customized our own code so that people can get information about this listing. We post it in Facebook. By the way, it's not just Facebook. You can do Pinterest, right? You can add Pinterest. Look at that. See, now I've already done this for her, so I don't want to add it twice because Susan has that her Pinterest. But you can do it to Facebook. You can do it to Twitter. Yeah, there we go. I think I just tweeted it. I think that's what I just did. I just shared that. How cool is that? So the idea is you should set a protocol. I do a protocol with all my clients I work with. So every time they get a listing, these are the steps they take. Obviously, one of the first steps they take is to create a video and to create a RealBird listing version of your listing. And those are two of the first things you do. And you'll dominate with that listing in the search engines connected to the address. Let's see if I got it here. Oh, there's one that, yeah, that's already been shared. So if it just came in, I just published it through Twitter. Yep, here we go. Nope, that's another one. But here's someone else did it from RealBird. So I'll just show that one until mine comes in. So basically, call or text Kurt, and the text is built right into the listing that you posted or that you shared. Okay. All right. So I've been sharing with you how to use that what's called the SMS AnyLink. Okay. And the different ways you can use it doesn't have to be just with the RealBird tool. So it could be connected to other tools that you might have or use to market yourself. Okay. So that is, and like I said, the cost of it, if you were to budget under $5 a month, you'd be set. I mean, you've set for sure. Now, when you do set up your SMS AnyLink, they will ask for a credit card so that you can purchase the number for $1 a month, and so that you can basically bank. You'll bank $20 at a time into your SMS account, and then as you spend that down, that $20, it usually takes 6 to 8 months to, even if you get lots of leads, 6 to 8 months to use up that $20. Then they'll automatically run your card, run your credit, your debit card or whatever, so that it'll bank another $20 into the account. So as you have leads and have the service month to month, it'll use those funds. Okay, so it's very reasonable. No excuse not to use it. You'll have the link in there if you haven't set up before to be able to click on there, follow the tutorial, and get it set up and connect it to your RealBird account, and use it all different ways. I already showed you like 4 or 5 different ways to use that. Okay. The next one I want to talk about today is Homes by SMS. Now, this is also add-on service to your RealBird toolbox, and these tools have been developed because, like I say, RealBird wants to be an advanced thinking marketing service to help you market you and yourself, your listings, and your ability to list a home or help buyers. So these are some of the Homes by SMS is basically. Let me show you an example. Let me see if I have an example. Yeah. Okay. So here's a Gina, and please don't text this one. This is live. We're not going to wake her up. No, it's not. It's 8:30. She's up a lot earlier than that. But just an example to show you. She puts this in her email signature. So text your zip code to this phone number. So you have a phone number set up for the Homes by SMS, and to see all nearby homes for sale. So if I'm in the Livermore, Dublin, Oakland area, I'm giving this. She's giving me this phone number. I text a zip code or a city name. Do you have to do the state, Gabe? Would someone have to do like Livermore, California, or would they just do the name of the city?
That depends. What you send depends on what it's up to, because the text, the Homes by SMS hooks up to either an IDX, or it hooks to your IDX if we can do that, or it hooks up to Realtor.com or the RealBird property search.
Okay.
And it depends on the capabilities of the IDX, because what we do is when somebody texts a location, then that location we geocode and we pass it into the IDX search. Now, if the IDX search supports, and most of them do, but if we could hook up in such a way that supports, let's say, a neighborhood, then if it understands the neighborhood, then it works with that. But most of the time, people really text zip code and locations, addresses, and city names.
Okay.
Neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know Gina has this connected to her local IDX and MLS, so that would use that service. and because it's available in her area, so she would use that. Most of you probably don't know that you have, as a RealBird Pro member, you have once you're logged into RealBird account, you have the RealBird property search sourced by Oodle, and this is a source of be able to show homes for sale directly embedded inside your RealBird Pro account. Now, I'm going to tell you that this database isn't quite. It varies to different parts of the country, so it might be in your area that it's more accurate than maybe another agent using it in a different area of RealBird. I find that it's not as consistent, and it might not have all the properties that your own live MLS would have, But what I have found out is it's usually across the country, it's enough to where you can generate some leads, show some properties and get some interest, and then people can obviously contact you with those listings branded by you, even though they're not your listings. Okay.
So what's important with homes by SMS is for people to understand that it really does not, in terms of what your interest is, the agent's interest, for lead generation, it really does not matter at all what kind of listings the client gets back. I mean, you could send your dog's picture back, for that matter, once they text, because you immediately get the lead, and you get the phone number, and you can call them and say, hey, I saw that you're interested in zip code XYZ. I have a lot of other listings to show you, in addition to what came back to you via this text. You want to work with me now? In that sense, of course, you don't want to send your dog pictures back. I'm saying that the person who receives the immediate response doesn't even have the time to look at them. Eric, a lot of noise in the background there.
Okay. Is that better? Is that better?
It's better, yeah. I mean, there's no.
Turn my volume down a little bit.
Yeah, I think the microphone is very sensitive.
Okay. Yeah, it is.
It's like in a kitchen.
Hopefully that's better. Just that.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay. I turned mine up because I wouldn't hear you very well. So the idea is with the homes by SMS, this is an additional service, but what it does is it ties a phone number that you can purchase just like you do on the SMS AnyLink. So and it gives a way or channel into people showing an interest in searching for homes, and you get them right away as a lead. So it makes that really, really easy to be able to have people connect with you. It's low cost. There's a $100 setup fee, $45 a month. Plus, if you have any fees for the MLS that you need, then they'll have to be added to that as well. Some MLSs do that, where they have what's called the pass-through fee, and that fee has to be passed through when you connect to your local MLS. So the whole idea behind these two tools is to basically get tools quickly and easy into the hands of those that show interest, so that you can follow up very quickly with them, and then you can find out what they need, how you can help them more, and what they might be looking for. That's what these main two tools are about. Let's see. Okay, give me a second here. I'm readjusting my screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so any questions? I know we've been jabbering away for 40 minutes now. I want to see if there's any questions on these two services that we have available. These are some ideas on how to use the homes by SMS for buyer prospecting, for seller prospecting, for marketing your listing. Okay. No questions, Gabe?
Well, I just wanted to interject here. I don't see any questions on this, but it's also this whole thing is very simple, so I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't want to make it complex. We want to make it simple. That's the whole idea, is to get what you have to offer in front of more people, or make it easier for them to get a hold of you and engage you for more information, more help.
So one thing that I should just mention, and we sent out an email, I think about 2 weeks ago, is we do have some feature developments coming out that are also going to round out this whole RealBird thing. Like, for example, this home specimen is can be used well for seller prospecting, because normally agents, if they do mailing to their farms, then what they do is they send out, for example, I received those cards where go to this website, enter this code, and then you see the bottom of your home. Well, here with home SMS, you can do that.
Gabe?
Eric, there's a lot of noise in the background. I don't know if
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself down a little bit. There's nothing going on over here. I don't know why. I must be picking up some noise, but let me mute myself. And then if you could don't mind saying, share again what you just shared with the idea about working in the neighborhood. Yeah. If you could share that again, what you're talking about, working in a specific neighborhood for marketing locally.
Yeah. So instead of sending out cards that would say, okay, go to my website and enter this code to see the value of your home, and then when they come to your squeeze page for that, then of course you capture their phone number and then you call them if they want to sell their house. Here, it's the same idea, except that instead of using the sold homes, with homes by SMS, you show all the listings that are actually available for sale, that are for sale in that area. So you send out the same card, and we give you these cards, right? We have two designs, and we give you these cards. There's quite a few included. I think about 2 cards included. And
Gabe, can you speak up? I'm missing what you're saying. I'm not hearing clear enough.
I'm sorry?
Can you speak up a little louder? I wasn't hearing you completely.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So sorry. So what you do is you send out a card, and we give you the graphics for that. We have 2 graphics for it. And then you send out the card to your by regular mail, and the call to action would be to text for your zip code or your location, your address, to see what's for sale around your area. And that's compared to what is the standard, where you actually send out a card and people would see the already sold houses, right? So this is a better, in a way, it's an alternative way, or maybe even it's better, because it shows the actual asking prices for active listings that are for sale instead of the ones that have been sold in the past. So so it's more up to date. But usually the sold values they lag by a few months in the area, and you get the same lead. So it's the same process. You get the lead by texting, of course, here, instead of the consumer going to your squeeze page for this. Now, having said that, we also are planning to add the sold part so that you can get actually evaluation and things like that. But that's coming in the future, so that's not available. Eric, your turn.
Okay, so what I've learned, what helps for a realtor to really be known is to basically share tools that show you as an expert, show that you're the connection for local real estate information. Have your name and face everywhere. I find that, and here, like in California, I've noticed that a lot of areas, you'll have in one neighborhood, you'll have like, maybe there might be 6 homes for sale in a 600, count subdivision, and there'll be 6 different realtors. And what just shows that I've seen agents basically use these tools to dominate within a marketplace. That basically, by getting in front of people, with technology rather than obviously postcard you get mailed in. But the idea is give tools to the agent so that they can share their brand with more people. And this fits into that category to help you actually do that. And it makes it easy and it makes it quick to be able to do so. So these tools are available to you. Like I said, they're two levels. If you could definitely get this one, you need to get this and use our ideas that we've shared with you today to get more information in front of more people and more opportunities, more chance that you're going to get a lead. And then if you can do this as well, the homes by SMS, this just takes it to the next level. I build websites for real estate agents. Been doing that a long time. It's one of the services I do with my clients at Agent Web Coach. And I make beautiful websites, but a website is not in and of itself all you need to do. Just build a beautiful website and they'll come. Like if you build it, they will come. Like in the movie, where they had the baseball field in the middle of the cornfield. It's not like that. You need a great website to represent who you are, but you have to drive traffic to it. And this tool can do that. You still have to bring people to see what you have to offer. And this is kind of like the missing link to help do that and get people to connect with you and engage with you on the level that they're comfortable with. Maybe not that you might, hey, I'd rather they just pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, can you show me this house? I see because there's a for sale sign. No, it's they might not do that. So this idea is we're making it even easier for people to be able to use you, connect with you, and get the information you need. Okay. So I wanted to share just the cost there of the $100 setup fee, $45 a month, and there might be some pass-through fees if they're connecting with your MLS. Okay. So thanks everybody for coming to our webinar. If we got all the questions answered today. Those of you that haven't joined us as a pro member of RealBird, and we want to make sure you can do that. Obviously to market your listings and use the landing page and have the opportunity to set up the SMS AnyLink service and as well. There's a 7-day free trial that for new members. Just email support@realbird.com for special link. Thanks everybody for coming to the webinar. We had a little bit of background noise. I apologize. I'm not broadcasting from the normal place I am. It was a little noisier, traffic and such, my other office. So anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks Gabe for helping out with this. Please get a hold of us if you'd like to take advantage of these services or need help, getting signed up with a RealBird Pro member so you can take advantage of all these tools we'll be able to share with you today. Thanks Gabe. Have a good
weekend. Everybody.
Have a good weekend. Thank you.